States as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Rebels. Get away to start. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Finds just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
And the quarterback stuck it right in the keyhole, and they've got it down to the 30-yard line. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Unloads to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And how about that? That's already the third target this guy has had. On the opening drive of the game, he is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
This time it's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Got it back on second and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Didn't get much done on that, Brian. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Baldridge. Got a man, it's Matonio. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They're testing the right side here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads it left. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field, and look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the 2nd one, and now to try to get things back on track. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
He's got it. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Going deep. Snags it inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Pulls and fires complete. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Power ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown tie.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this type of win is a serious statement.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They'll run this play from the pistol. Off-play action on first down. Gonna take a shot. Makes a grab for a big play. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Complete in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. This is a designed run. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The Rebels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass, it's Baldridge. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
Pocket breaking down. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Absolutely perfect. Are forced to settle for 3.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Looking for space. It's Adkins. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You want to end the play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
That's a real good-looking throw, and I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Pulls it and fires to the left. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Using the quick game. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Barrels ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and an ability up front and a belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw, it's Baldridge. Under fire. He makes the grab. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Bohannon.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. The inside handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right. And maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. A first down run on the doorstep. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. He splits the uprights. That'll trim the deficit to 15. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today at Oxford. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your bet.
Breaks into the open. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And the Rebels are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Here's a heat. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Rebels will call on their punt team. Nestles it in at the 35. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his legs, it's Adkins. Big pick up on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quick strike complete. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field. Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they featured him today.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the pummeling has started. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Picked off. A turnover in their own end. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy. And that offensive coordinator.
Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Wants to throw. It's Baldridge. Bringing the heat. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He'll pull it on the read. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Complete to the left. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Rebels are marching down the field. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Now from inside the red zone. Got it behind the line. It's Bitonio. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. complete. This defense is physical and pass deep. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. Takes it the other way.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Here we go. On the move. Oh, better look out. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Here we go. They'll give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Turning it on! They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. They'll try the run. Got enough for the 1st. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 1st downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. They go to the ground. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The give to the tailback. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Soto. And he slips the 1st defender and picks up a handful of yards.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown tie. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. The Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. And his first throw here is incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. There he goes. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
To the ground to try to move the chains. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants a big play here late. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. And they'll just down it right there.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and hey, even cause a turnover, that's just gravy.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right.